Let's be honest, the world is in a constant battle for your attention. So, how do you protect what is probably your most valuable asset? Well, today we're not just going to talk about focus. We are going to build a fortress for it. This is your guide to constructing what we're calling the Citadel of Concentration. And let's kick things off with a really powerful idea. In the world we live in now, being able to truly concentrate, that's not just some productivity hack. No, it's the very entry point to neuroplasticity. That's your brain's amazing ability to physically rewire itself for peak performance. Like the slide says, it's a genuine superpower. Okay, but if focus is a superpower, why does it feel like so many of us have lost it? I mean, in a world that feels like it was literally designed for distraction, it's easy to feel like you're in a constant state of, cognitive disorder. So let's dig into why that is. According to the source material, it really boils down to two main culprits, two thieves that have been systematically stealing our attention. Let's break them down one by one. So the first thief is something called pseudo-productivity, and this is a huge cultural trap. Think about the modern office. It's all about those constant pings from Slack and email, right? It rewards being visibly busy. We feel productive because we're shooting back replies instantly, but are we actually making any real meaningful progress? This culture tricks us into mistaking being busy for being effective. And that brings us right to the second thief, the interruption. You know, that quick check of a notification feels totally harmless, doesn't it? Well, it's not. The source reveals a pretty staggering cost here. It takes your brain a full 15 minutes to recover and get back into a deep state of focus after just a single glance. 15 minutes. This whole phenomenon is known as the network switching cost. Every single time you switch tasks, you're paying a cognitive price. So if you're checking your phone every 5 minutes, you are, quite literally, never fully focused. The source calls this a state of solitude deprivation. Our brains are just completely exhausted from the constant stream of input from other people's minds. Okay, so that's the problem. It sounds a little bleak, I know, but the good news is we can absolutely fight back. We can build our citadel. The first part of the protocol is all about building the foundation, the outer walls. Let's get into steps 1 and 2. Step 1 is, it's simple in theory, but it's incredibly powerful in practice. You have to consciously, deliberately engineer a distraction-free environment. You've got to stop the constant push of all that external noise. So how do we actually do that? The source gives some really clear, actionable advice. First, physically move your smartphone. Put it in another room. This breaks that dopamine loop of just waiting for the next notification. Second, turn off all the non-essential alerts. Be ruthless. And finally, create a dedicated space just for deep work. This becomes a powerful ritual that signals to your brain, okay, it's time to get focused. Now for step 2. Building those outer walls isn't just about your physical environment. It's about recognizing that focus is a biological process. You have to solidify your biological foundation. And as you can see here, the solution is rooted in the basics we all know, but maybe don't prioritize. Your brain's neocortex, it's an energy hog. It needs a ton of fuel. To give it what it needs, you gotta have 7 to 8 hours of sleep, daily physical activity to get that blood flowing, and of course, nourishing foods. Without this biological foundation, your brain's capacity for deep focus is just severely handicapped from the start. Okay, so with the outer walls built, it's time to start organizing the inner courtyard. Steps 3 through 5 are all about creating the systems and habits that make deep work possible. Step 3. This is a total game changer for anyone who feels buried by endless to-do lists. Instead of that giant, overwhelming list, you implement what's called a pull-based system. You use time blocking. You give every single minute of your workday a specific job, pulling in only 2 or 3 active tasks at a time from a backlog. This slide lays out the next 2 steps, which are really all about active training. I want you to think of your focus like a muscle. Step 4 is the workout, and step 5, that's the crucial recovery that allows the muscle to actually grow stronger. So how do you train that focus muscle? Well, not with passive learning like highlighting things. Sure, it feels easy, but you retain almost nothing. The key is something called active recall. This means after you learn something, you close the book, you look away from the screen, and you try to replicate it from scratch. It's mentally hard, it's taxing, but that struggle is the exact signal your brain needs to release neurochemicals that trigger neuroplasticity and make that learning stick. Now, let's talk about recovery, the gap. This is absolutely fascinating. During those short breaks, when you're using the Pomodoro technique or even just standing in line, your hippocampus is actually replaying the new information at 20 to 30 times the normal speed. But, and this is a huge but, if you fill that gap by grabbing your phone, you completely shut down this critical process. Deliberate boredom is absolutely essential for learning. All right, we've got our foundation and our system in place. This final section covers our real-time mental arsenal. 2 incredibly practical tools you can use in the moment to manage your state and your focus. Tool number 1 is called the physiological sigh. When you feel that stress level or autonomic arousal creeping up, you can manually hit the reset button. It's so simple. 2 quick, deep inhales through the nose, and then 1 long, extended exhale through the mouth. This offloads the maximum amount of carbon dioxide and instantly calms your nervous system down. And the second tool is called panoramic vision. We spend so much of our day in what you could call a soda straw view, right? Just staring intently at our screens. To reset this, you simply dilate your gaze, look up, and take in the entire room. This simple little action physically toggles off the stress circuit in your brain, conserving your mental energy for the next round of deep work. And the final tool is step 7, establishing a shutdown ritual. You can't possibly focus tomorrow if your brain is still looping on today's problems tonight. The solution is to create a clear, sharp end to your workday. Review your lists, plan for tomorrow, and then say a set phrase out loud, like schedule shutdown complete. This literally closes the open loops in your brain, allowing it to truly rest and recover. So let's bring all of this together. These 7 steps, they're not just a random list of hacks. They really represent a fundamental philosophy about how you can cultivate a high-performance mind. The source material leaves us with this really powerful analogy. Think of your focus like a high-performance engine. If you're constantly switching gears and using bad fuel, it's just gonna seize up. But if you provide the right fuel, sleep, nutrition, and you let it cool down properly with those gaps and shutdown rituals, and then you run it at high RPMs in a straight line with deep work, well, you can reach destinations that other people can't even see. And this really gets to the core message. It isn't about working more hours. It's about protecting your cognitive capital. So as we close out this explainer, the big question to ask yourself is right there on the screen. What kind of fuel are you giving your engine?